outside. Now the hand. Better take another look at his feet. Yeah, I never get out of that.
Ready? Go!
Mademoiselle. With these handcuffs and leg irons, I will be placed in that tank, which will be filled with water. An iron grating will be over the top of it, padlocked. These curtains will be drawn about it for 2 minutes. At the end of that time, I will escape from the tank. At least, I hope I will.
I'd rather not watch this. Let's wait in his dressing room.
Oh, that woman in the box. I'll join you later. If you don't mind, I'd like to see this.
Now, may I ask for some volunteers to come and inspect these devices? Some of our most suspicious citizens. Someone here? Please? You?
Student, will you please?
All you have to do is inspect them, see if they really are handcuffed, fasten them on me, and place me in the tank. Can't I have someone help me? Ah, there, thank you very much. Just step down, please, and be seated there. Thank you very much. Anyone here? Anyone here? Thank you. Won't you come down, please, and just be seated in one of those chairs.
You've been here before?
Mm-hmm.
Alone?
Oh, there have always been other people.
Madame,
Oh, will you please see if he has gotten out of the tank?
Shelly Beebe always gets out.
Yes, I know, but look and see.
You're a very foolish girl, Cecile.
Foolish? Why do you say that?
This man, a mountebank.
He's not. He's a gentleman. And I like him. I admire him. He's my friend.
You, a Brûlier. What'll the Marquis de Touchet think? To have his fiancée condescend to such an acquaintance?
I don't care.
I have been informed that Monsieur Costa, famous detective, is in the audience. Perhaps Monsieur Costa would be good enough to step forward and examine my devices. I'm sure that he would be glad to find that they're competent. Now, Monsieur Costa, this is very good of you. My friends, Monsieur Costa came here tonight to expose me. I'm trembling. You better be very sure that those leg irons are on tightly.
I was afraid of that. Would you object to using mine?
Not at all. Handcuffs with dinner clothes, eh? Setting a new fashion, monsieur? The handcuffs are Monsieur Costa. The handcuffs belong to Monsieur Costa. Monsieur Costa's handcuffs. All ready. Ready? Go.
Where? Stand by here.
gentleman would kindly padlock the grill as quickly as possible. It is, I must necessarily be submerged for 2 minutes, and the time allotted for a man to live underwater is 2 minutes.
It's the first time he's done this. I'm worried. You know, I don't think that he can...
Don't worry. It's all right.
They ought to have Beebe in the Navy. He'd scuttle a ship without coming up for air.
Like that. Come on, baby. That's very good.
Yes, but I know he got out. But I tell you, it's been the finish of every great magician I've ever known. Some fool woman sitting in a box and taking his mind off his work.
Come on.
Oh, mademoiselle. Madame.
You have no time for bowing and scraping. Get these things. Get your shove on your ram.
Herman. Aren't you going to apologize for what you said as we came in?
Herman and I are jealous, aren't we? We're always afraid that somebody will break up the monopoly we have on BB, aren't we?
Madame Frontenac, may I? Dr. Golan.
Dr. Golan?
Mademoiselle Brullier. And the Marquis de Touchet.
What kind of rheumatism would you like to get? Hurry up.
We're carrying you home with us, Beebe.
I'll hurry.
Well, Herman, we have our spaghetti alone.
Father'd be very happy if I brought you back with us, Doctor.
Why not, Golan?
I'm at the hospital at 7 in the morning. Good night.
Monsieur le Marquis, I'm glad to see you.
I didn't think you'd get out of that thing.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Hurry up. You'll catch a cold.
So, the woman in the box is dangerous.
Magic is just the same as golf. If you look up, something frightful will happen. I told him all he knows. From that high. Now we... Well, anyway, now he knows more than I do. But sometimes, some woman, he'll get in something that he can't get out of. And then she will run off with a lion tamer.
Herman!
Excuse me. Yes. Yes.
Herman, those reporters, ask them as a great favor not to mention Mademoiselle Brulier's name. Say, please. I'll appreciate it.
Ah, you should think of your work.
Ah, Herman, go on. Hurry.
What do you do, Herman? His manager?
Oh, I manufacture his effects. A big and small magic. I have a shop. TIPP gave it to me. Big things, small and unique. Oh, look. Now open it up. Now close it. Now open it up.
Herman!
Yes. Yes. Oh, listen, boys, listen. BB asked me to tell you not to use Mademoiselle Brulier's name. He said, please.
Well, as you say.
Just thank you.
Monsieur Cousteau is in your study, monsieur.
Ah, yes.
Cousteau. Has my daughter returned? Not yet, monsieur. I want to see her when she does. Yes, monsieur.
Ah, Cousteau. Good evening. Well, what luck?
He made a monkey out of me.
Oh.
I had him tied up as tight as a drum. He gets out of handcuffs like an eel out of a drain pipe.
What the devil he does. Well, I'd hoped you'd show him up before my daughter. I'm sorry.
That's all right. But the police don't relish having their handcuffs treated like bits of string.
And Bibi, I suppose, is now more of a hero than ever.
Yes. I shall be the joke of Paris by tomorrow morning.
Your daughter has just come in, and Monsieur Bibi wishes to pay his respects.
You didn't happen to mention that I was here, did you?
No, monsieur.
Now, you can go out that way.
I'll see you before I go. And no one knows that you had any part in this.
No, just as well. Ah, my dear.
Oh, Father, it's a pity you couldn't have been there. It was wonderful. They tried to make it especially difficult, but just like that, he got out of everything. And here he is.
Well, Bibi, you have one staunch admirer, and many who are not. Well, my dear, you have your guest of honor, and you have others arriving.
We came as fast as we could.
I'm sure you did, yes. I understand.
I'm sorry you couldn't have been there, though.
Yes, I should have enjoyed it very much. Touché, I wondered if I could have a minute with you.
As many as you like, monsieur. A pleasure.
Later on, monsieur?
I hope so.
Come now, be a lion and roar for the ladies. Huh?
Touché? I suppose whatever feeling my daughter Cecile had for you is as dead as last year's roses, eh?
Surely you don't think this Cherry Bibi, this mountebank, is a rival of mine?
Oh, no. But 3 months ago, when I thought I was going to die, I had a codicil put to my will. About you. A liberal allowance if Cecile married you. Ha. I wish I could live long enough to learn something about something. About human nature. I'm changing my will tomorrow.
Cherry Bibi?
Ah, no. There's nothing serious about that. But your father came up from Touraine a couple of weeks ago. Told me what a noble character you were. You haven't seen him for a year or so, eh? Nice man. Well, anyhow, you're finished around here. It'd have been a pity if I'd worked all my life just so that you could take it easy for the rest of your life. Good night.
But why haven't you told me? Why have you misled me?
Quite right, yes. You might have been hunting on better pastures, eh? Good night.
Good night, monsieur.
Hello, Bibi. I say, that's a good fellow. Do a trick for us, won't you?
Oh, no, he wasn't invited to entertain.
Ha ha, I have you. You can't do a blooming thing without your contraption, your trick machinery, can you? You shouldn't show me up this way before so many potential customers. Yes, but it is a fact, isn't it, really? You can't do a thing. That's quite right. May I have a cigarette? Yes, rather. I've just been telling these silly creatures it's all a way of mechanical tricks. Of course, I say, what the devil did I do with my case? Well, that's quite all right, thank you. I'll smoke my own. That's mine. How did you get it?
It's a mischievous God that makes women. He has too much fun.
Be still.
I know you're no good, and I love you. Cecile doesn't know you're no good, and she loves Bibi, not you. I know Bibi's a splendid person, but I couldn't be bothered with him because I love you. Involved, isn't it? Max, if he changes his will, you wouldn't want to marry her. What for?
He can't change it tonight.
do you mean?
Nothing.
You sure you understood my question? You still mean yes? Not no? You're sure you understood my question?
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm beginning to believe you have said yes.
And I've been ready to say it for a long time.
And I've been ready to ask you to say it for a long time, but it just didn't seem possible.
Why?
Well, you see that fellow down there? He used to make people laugh at carnivals and fairs. And now?
He's just a man whom I love with all my heart.
Probably went in, I imagine. Still, Oh, there you are, Bibi, old man. I've been looking for you. I say, do teach me the trick about the cigarette case, will you? I'd give 1,000 francs if I could learn how to do it.
All right, done, I will. You give me your case. Let me have it. It's very
Yes,
simple.
yes.
I'll explain it to you.
You see, that's a most remarkable occurrence. I had it a moment ago.
Well,
No?
maybe I have. Yes, there. See how simple it is?
Isn't that positively stunning?
I haven't really paid my respects to your father. I mean, not really.
Well, now is an excellent time. Right away.
I say, do show me how. You know, I could be a social riot with a trick like that.
Later on.
Isn't that amazing?
It's too bad of you to put me in this position. To put yourself in such a position. You should have known better.
You should really just say yes or no. You don't have to embarrass me with a lot of silly talk. Now, you're going to listen to me a second or two. There's too much to this. Maybe you don't know how a man feels who has lived as I have. Beaten the world at one of its toughest games. I've done that. I worship her. When she let me think tonight that I might be able to have her beside me for the rest of my life, it meant more than anything I've ever dreamed. More than the next world. Much more than you're saying to me that she's a great lady and I'm not a gentleman. And if she'll go against you, I'll marry her. And I think she will.
You'll not marry my daughter while I live. You'll not marry Cecile while I'm alive.
Whether you live or die won't make the slightest difference.
I do.
Keep quiet.
Not to mention his name. The man is a magician.
Oh, what's wrong, Bibi? What's the matter?
You look as though you needed a bracer, old man.
I need more than that.
Mademoiselle Cecile! Come quick! Monsieur Poligny!
My father. Something's happened to my father.
You saw Cherry Bibi come in. Did you see him go out?
No.
You act as a sort of social secretary here?
Yes?
Is there anybody you can think of who might wanted to have killed Monsieur Brullier?
Oh, no. No one.
That will do.
I don't know anything, except by accident. I wanted to learn the trick about the cigarette case, and so I was looking for
Just
Bibi.
answer my questions, please. You opened the door while the two men were still talking.
Yes, that's it.
And what did you hear?
Monsieur Brullier said, "You shall not marry her while I live."
While I live.
Well, that's just one of those things men say. There's nothing in that.
I'll question you later. What happened then?
Well, Bibi was in the most frightful temper. He came out of the door and knocked me down. Then...
Yes, we'll hear the rest of this at the trial. Monsieur Dutouche, if you will.
Wait a moment. You seem to have your mind all made up, Costo.
Do you object to my getting a few facts? That's all I'm doing, my duty. Where did you find that?
In the garden.
Monsieur Dutouche, you talked with the murdered man here this evening. Was anything said that might help me? You're not obliged to answer here, though I warn you the state will demand it later.
I had rather be excused, monsieur.
Why?
Certain things were said that might be misleading.
Said? About whom? Oh, you mean this man, Sheriff Bibi?
Go on, tell him. I have nothing to hide, nothing in my life.
In your own words, briefly.
It largely concerned his daughter and myself. His most pressing wish was that we should get married.
Go on.
He had lashed himself into a tremendous fear of Cherry Bibi. That's what I mean. There is inferential suspicion in some of this, and it seems to point in the direction the evidence is taking.
Monsieur, you are not a judge.
He thought Bibi's feeling for his daughter was common, savage. He knew Cherry Bibi to be a man with a vicious temper. For some foolish reason, he seemed afraid of him.
You're lying, Touche.
Madame? Bibi, the Marquis is trying to spare you. But it's only fair to warn you that these fits of insane rage will all sum against you.
I see. Cecile, you don't believe that I killed your father, do you?
Oh, baby.
It's a pity, Costo. A great pity that I didn't let you win from me tonight at the cirque. If I had, you wouldn't be trying so desperately now to pin this on me.
I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Did you have a violent quarrel with the deceased here this evening?
Yes, I did.
And did he insult you regarding your association with his daughter?
He told me that I should never marry her as long as he lived.
And you were seen a few minutes later in the garden? Mademoiselle
Yes.
Brullier. You saw him, did you not? And did he seem in a state of great excitement?
Oh, I can't believe this.
You're under arrest.
You don't need those things. I'll go.
Gendarme, be careful.
Cherry Bibi, you're breaking him in.
He's gonna get the guillotine, all right. Let him try and get out from under there.
He'll be out before they lock him up.
Eh, killer? Yeah, while we're running here. It's voodoo, that's what it is voodoo.
Halt! Prisoner number 30,968. Death cell number 24. Halt! Prisoner number 30,968.
I know your reputation, but if you get out now, you'll deserve it.
And it is my dearest wish that my daughter Cecile marry my friend Maxime, the Marquis de Touchet. May I take it that you are prepared to comply with his wish?
Yes?
Then the bans may be published tomorrow.
I've stretched the rules for you, Doctor, once or twice. But so soon before an execution, it can't be done.
What a shame that nobody can punish the state for a crime like this.
Why are you so sure he didn't do it?
His heart is too great. If it weren't, I wouldn't be here.
How so?
He practically carried me out of a German prison. I couldn't do anything for myself. I was sick. 4 days of it. Through wire entanglements and mud. He'd have been far safer alone, but that never occurred to him. No, I know Bibi. He didn't do this. Costo, what will you do in the hereafter when you meet the souls of people you've made suffer unjustly?
I handle what comes before me as you do, Doctor. The best I can.
I know several great detectives who are human.
Beebe's an old friend of mine. I'm sure he'll be glad to see me. Well, Beebe, how are you? I hope you don't mind my coming to say goodbye to you. What's the matter with him?
Commitment papers for Jean Bordeaux. Prisoner 11,411.
Cell block F3, cell 14. Get the prisoner and transfer him at once.
To prison de la Petite Roquette.
This man's killed himself.
Come. Wake up. Wake up. Answer me.
Number 11,411. Jean Bardot.
Beebe has escaped. Escaped? How? I don't know how. In a guard's uniform. All right, take him away.
Herman. One minute more. After tomorrow, we won't see the sun again for a whole year. And tomorrow may be cloudy.
I wonder who invented the phrase, killing time.
I don't know, baby.
Killing time. It can't be done. 4 years is 4 years. And I haven't seen the sun in 4 years, except there. It's gone.
Lunch is ready.
Lunch? I think I'll go out for lunch. Lunching out. Eh, Herman?
And have your head cut off? You're still under sentence of death.
The Marquis de Touche sees the sun every day, Herman, and we both know he's a murderer.
Get some lunch. We have work to do.
I'd like to see the sun, Herman.
Please, your lunch will get cold.
Yes.
All right, Marie.
I'll go up to the shop. Don't drink all the wine rosé. No.
Hurry back, Herman.
I will.
You know, Marie, I can find my way about here, all around with my eyes closed. I do it at night.
Poor Sherry Beebe.
And these shapes, they look like giants asleep. If they should ever tell Custer what they've heard me say, I'd lose my head. 15 years ago, we built this cellar. 15 years ago, your father and I, to hide secrets from competitors in all this machinery. We're going to be great men of magic. Miracles for children. Built it the year you were born. Oh, I'll have to be finding something new to say to you. Soon you'll be getting bored. Then what'll I do?
Oh, baby, why don't you run away to some far country?
Wouldn't do any good. I'm still under a death sentence. They'd find me. Besides, for all I know, she still thinks I killed her father.
Oh, you do love her, baby.
Someday, somehow, Marie, I shall have what belongs to me. Meantime, the Marquis de Touche is not so restful. Sometimes I steal up close to him at night in a crowd and whisper, "Sherry, baby." And one night, I looked into his window. He saw me.
He's here again. Her boy.
Now, watch. There it is.
Do it again.
Oh, wait. Look at this. Now watch. Presto. Fee, fo, fum. Look, all in pieces.
You broke it.
I'll fix it. Presto. There you are. Now you see if you can break it.
Oh, he can break almost anything. Hurry up, Jacques. Make up your mind what you want.
Oh, please don't hurry.
Mama, she wouldn't come, eh?
No.
Now I'll show you. Put this right here. Then you cover it over like that, and bang, then you break it. But you have another egg in this hand.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, you must never tell anybody how it's done. It's a secret. It's magic. Wonderful. There you are. Oh, Monsieur Custo.
Herman, how are you?
Very well, thanks. And you?
Well, it's getting near Christmas. I thought perhaps I might find something to suggest to Santa Claus. My boy's about the size of this little chap.
Will you send those to Madame Touche?
Certainly.
Come, Jacques, we must go.
Goodbye, Mr. Toyman.
Goodbye. See you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Marquis' son? What's he doing here?
Buying toys as you are?
There are other toy shops in Paris.
I go to see his mother. Why? I'm sure that if baby ever does return, he'll be the first to know, so I...
Of course you're lying. We have found Sherry Beebe.
That's too bad. Where?
In Brazil. That's an ingenious little thing.
Yes, in Brazil, eh?
Yes, this morning. Herman, you're the best friend a man ever had.
Your boy would like that, I'm sure.
You know where Beebe is.
You want that?
How much?
2 francs.
You know, Beebe always pretended to think that Touche was the guilty man. I wonder what Beebe would do if he knew Touche was dying.
Touche? Dying?
Yes, the flu. Finally caught up with him.
Dying? That's too bad.
Herman, how many times have I searched this place?
Oh, I've lost count, monsieur.
Well, 1 or 2 more or less won't matter then. I think I'll search it again. Gobelin, 4386. The rest of your magic, you don't happen to have a disappearing dungeon around here, do you? Hello. Prefect of Police. Costo talking. I'm at 16 Rue Marchand. I want you to send me 2 men. I have a little work for them here.
You know you're dying, don't you? You're dying. You killed Brullier. You killed Brullier. Confess it. You'll be dead before morning. You don't dare cross with us on your soul. You killed Brullier. Will you say it before witnesses? Ring your bell. You contemptible cheat! You can't go this way! Oh, God, don't let him go this way! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Oh! Help! Help! Madame! Something has happened in Lucia! Help!
What is it?
The door is locked!
We'll have to break it down.
What is it? What's wrong?
Oh, I don't know.
Why, the door is locked!
Send for the police.
Yes.
Max! Max!
2 men in the office. No, I'm tired. Women very sick. All right. I'll see them. Peavy, old friend. Lord.
Touché. Dead.
So I see.
No. I didn't kill him. I heard he was dying. I went to his room. If he'd lived 2 minutes longer, he'd have confessed he killed Brullier. Died while I was there alone with him.
And so you went mad. I don't wonder.
How closely can I be made to resemble him?
Oh, I see. Oh, poor old BB. There's some other way out.
There's no other way. That man stole the world from me, and there's no living person can give it back. Unless you do it.
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you.
I was going to remind you of that.
You were, eh? You want to put it on that basis?
This last thing tonight was a knife in the back. I won't take it.
It's going to be difficult, BB.
I know that.
He has to be disposed of.
That can be done.
There's a chance.
I knew you'd do it.
Sit down. I'll keep you here for a week. And I'll remove you in my own ambulance. To my hospital. Private. Has to be. Yes, there is a resemblance. The bone structure is quite similar. Well, whether you look like this or not, hard to say. But you won't look like BB.
In some crevice in the Alps of Switzerland, the body of the ill-fated Sherry Beebe lies buried.
It's a lie. I don't believe it.
It says Sherry Beebe, driven mad by his frustrated passion for Cecile, the wife of the Marquis de Touché.
Who says that?
The Marquis de Touché himself. He escaped from the cabin where Beebe had held him prisoner.
Poor baby. All that great fight for nothing.
The Marquis de Touché, returning to Paris, escaped in the night. And Beebe, trying to follow him, was lost.
It'll be a knockout. How does it feel to
Well,
be back?
you don't look much the worse for what you've been
How you
through.
made your
Now,
escape?
you just give us a little story.
How did you
of
get
your
away?
experience.
Monsieur, please. Remember, I've been away 6 months.
Welcome home, monsieur.
Welcome home, monsieur. What's your name?
Raoul, monsieur, of course.
And yours?
Pierre, monsieur. Pierre.
What a relief. I remember their names correctly. I was afraid that after my experiences of the past 6 months, my memory might have been impaired. If you gentlemen will excuse me, please, I'll see you all in an hour.
Yes, I know.
How are you?
Good morning, monsieur. Glad to see you.
Welcome, monsieur.
Max. You don't know what it means to me. Us. To have you back.
Yes, I noticed. They could scarcely conceal their enthusiasm. And Madame?
Hello, Max. I'm glad to see you're safe and well again.
I'm glad to be home. You may go. Now, we're alone.
Oh, Jacques, Come here, dear.
Hello, Jacques.
You must be tired, Max.
Yes, I am tired.
I'll see you at dinner.
Will Monsieur have his brandy in his room?
Yes. Well, what are you waiting for?
Pardon, Monsieur.
Well, we finally found our way here, eh? I see you haven't changed anything.
Oh, Monsieur, we didn't have the heart to do that.
There's that very window that scoundrel dragged me through. Ralph. Have I ever told you you're a very clever fellow?
Why, no, Monsieur.
I haven't. I can't understand how I could have committed such a deplorable oversight. I thought I was in the habit of taking you into my confidence.
Oh, Monsieur never takes anyone.
No, I'm glad to learn that. But seriously, since you are so clever, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I am not the Marquis de Touchet.
Oh, Monsieur!
I mean that a man can't go through my experience and remain quite the same. If I do anything a little out of the way, I expect you to set me straight.
Oh, I cannot imagine Monsieur ever doing anything out of the way.
No? Well, you've been impertinent to me ever since you met me.
Oh, Monsieur.
Yes? The only way to treat people of your kind is to make them toe the line. I think I'm correct in saying the Marquis de Touchet has always known that.
Yes, Monsieur. You have always known that.
I'm glad to hear it. Now remember yourself and get out. And now I know how to treat you.
Apparently, having been a prisoner makes you think you can take liberties, Max.
Cecile.
But I am glad you're here. I wanted to see you and hear everything that happened to you.
It was all in the newspapers.
Yes, I read what you said, but wasn't there something more? Something you couldn't say?
There was a great deal I couldn't say. You see, I wanted to keep your name out of it. But Bibi's real reason for kidnapping me was in a spirit of revenge, because of you.
Prison must have driven him insane.
Well, haven't you anything to say about me? Aren't you a little glad to see me again?
Why, of course I am. You've been through a terrible ordeal.
I have, Cecile.
I'm sorry for you.
Only sorry?
What right had you to expect more?
I've been rather unkind, I take it.
You phrase things so nicely.
Cecile.
We'll continue just as we have for the past 3 years. Just as long as I can tolerate it. But things will be just the same as they've always been. Oh, I won't be so careless about the lock on the door again. And in the future, please don't bother to be something that you aren't. To play another part. You see, I know you too well, Max.
Cecile, from now on, I will watch myself most carefully to see that I retain only the character of the Marquis de Touchet. Come in.
You wanted to see me, monsieur?
Yes. Tell me, has this room remained entirely undisturbed during my absence?
Why, yes, monsieur.
It has. Another thing you can clear up for me. Have any of the servants been dismissed?
No. That is, oh, yes, monsieur. Louis was one of the household when Monsieur Brullier
was killed, huh?
Yes, monsieur. He was the last of us, except myself. And, of course, Mademoiselle Vera.
Of course. Mademoiselle Vera Prokop, huh?
Yes. Mademoiselle was asking me this morning if I had a note for her. From monsieur.
A note? Doubtless one of those many notes that you have delivered to her from me, huh?
Yes, monsieur.
Tell Mademoiselle I want to see her at once.
Yes, monsieur.
Max.
But I forgot. I'm angry at you. Why didn't you visit me last night?
The telephone rang until all hours. It was impossible. Tell me, Vera, have there been any developments during my absence?
Developments? What do you mean?
Nothing in particular, only I have been away, and I wondered, naturally. After all, there are secrets between us. Hmm?
Such lovely secrets.
Yes, such lovely secrets. And one or two, perhaps, which are not so lovely, eh?
You know we agreed never to discuss those things. I, for one, never shall.
Come in.
Pardon, monsieur. There's a gentleman to see you, Monsieur Costeau.
Costeau? Where is he?
He is in your den, monsieur.
Tell him I'll be there directly.
Yes, monsieur.
And I'll see you later, Max.
Yes, you will see me later. Ah, Costeau.
Oh.
How are you?
Glad to see you home again, Monsieur le Marquis.
Thank you. Sit down.
Thank you. You mind if I smoke?
Not at all. Oh, have one of mine.
Thank you, I will.
My butler has either moved them or smoked them all up.
I think when I was last here, you kept them in that drawer.
I told him not to put them in the humidor. Dries them up. No use telling servants anything.
Thank you.
Well, Costo, I suppose you want to hear the story of my adventure?
In a few moments. First, I want positive proof that Cherry Beebe is dead.
Dead? My dear Costo, I can assure you that no one will ever see the face of Cherry Beebe in this world again.
You realize, of course, he made a complete fool of the police department. How do I know he won't do it again? And how do I know he's not doing it at this moment?
How indeed. I'll tell you how, Costo. I saw Beebe fall into the abyss with my own eyes. No one could survive that fall.
You don't know Beebe as I do.
Yes, I do. You see, I was with the fellow day and night. In fact, he wouldn't let me out of his sight for a moment.
So I read. At any rate, I've heard what I wanted you to tell me. You did see Cherry Beebe die. And I am having every inch of that country combed to find that body.
It's an impassable country, Costo. I'd be willing to stake my own body that you'll never discover that body.
Nevertheless, we'll never give up until we do find it. In the meantime, I would like to hear of your experience. In detail.
From the beginning?
If you'll be so kind.
You remember several months ago I was quite ill. I was lying in my bed one night. I thought alone in the room. I looked toward the window, and there stood Cherry Beebe.
Come on, little fella.
Hello, Jacques. Couldn't you catch the fish? Come here. I'll show you how to do it.
No, no.
Oh, pooh, come on. When I was your age, I used to catch fish. Only I have to catch them. We were very poor. We used to make a net out of a handkerchief. Tie a knot at two ends of it this way. Then, of course, we'd have to be very careful because if you frighten the fish, you can't catch them. And we have to keep back so that our shadows is off the water. And we'd wait, and we'd wait until one...
Did you get up?
Of course I did.
Let's see. You did.
Now they're all gone. Look there. And look there.
Well. Do it again.
Here's something I almost forgot.
Oh, I know you got that. From my toy man.
That's right.
Where is my toy man? I never see him anymore.
Well, he helped a man play hide and seek, so they put him in a great house, big house with big black walls.
Ooh, will he always be there?
No, he may get out very soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day.
Will he tell me stories like he used to?
Would you like to have me tell you a story?
You never tell me stories. Will you?
Yes. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful, beautiful princess. Just like your mama. And her name was Cecile, too.
Oh, hello, Mother.
Don't bother me, Jack, with your silly questions.
Never mind, dear. Where did you get this? You mean your father gave it to you?
What makes him act so funny?
What do you mean?
Well, he taught me how to catch fish. And he laughed and everything. And then... What makes him act so different like?
I don't know. I can't understand it.
Don't thank me or the Minister of Justice. Thank the gods that gave you the name and the power of Destouches.
Did you tell Monsieur Herman that I did it because of a promise? Of a promise made to myself in trouble, to help someone else in trouble? What's that? You say that he didn't want to accept Touché's generosity. Well, well, I'll have to attend to that. Thank you. Goodbye, my dear Vera. I've been desolated, not having seen you for 2 whole days.
Desolated.
Max, I've endured as much of your neglect of me as I intend to.
Neglect? Why, I make love to you every time I see you.
Oh, yes, but... Max, don't you care anymore?
My dear, my feelings for you are precisely the same as they've always been.
Then what has come between us?
I've told you repeatedly. There are shadows between us.
Max, why must you always lead the conversation this way? Once you talked of other things. Once you were mine altogether.
Don't you think that I want to be yours altogether again?
But there's no reason.
But there is a reason. Because you refuse to recognize that things are eating at me, at my conscience.
Oh, but why should you be afraid? It was all so long ago. Oh, don't let's talk about it.
That's what you always say. Don't you understand that you're the only one I can talk to? Don't you understand that I'd feel better if for once you'd really talk it out with me?
Oh, you're just letting your nerves run away with you.
I know it. But I can't get that old saying out of my mind. Murder will out.
For heaven's sake, don't! Don't use that word around here. Besides, you and I are the only ones who know.
That the Marquis du Touchet killed Brullier. Ah, I knew I should feel better for having talked it out.
I'm glad you feel better. But I didn't expect to stay so long. Madame will be looking for me. I'll see you later, dear.
Of course, dear.
Do you realize, Max, that's your 4th cup of coffee? It was very kind of you to get Herman out of prison.
Yes, heaven opens for only a few of us. Take Sherry Beebe. Not all of his magic could save him.
Please, Max.
Who can tell? Beebe was a remarkable fellow. What would you do if one day he should suddenly turn up alive?
Let's not talk about him.
You liked him once.
Perhaps it's because I still... There's one thing you have a right to know, Max. That I never want to mention the subject again. My father's death was such a shock to me that for one mad moment I thought Beebe guilty. Even while I believed it, I think I knew it wasn't true. Please. You're being very foolish mentioning Beebe. Very much, Max, if I said that you'd changed somehow?
A man can't be on the brink of death without thinking a great deal about his life and the woman he loves.
Strange. You never said those words to me in that voice before. And yet it seems as though you had.
Because the voice of love is always the same.
Yes.
Will you say yes?
Yes.
Not no? By the way, did you say yes? Don't be frightened. I'm really flesh and blood.
Baby.
Cecile. Cecile. Cecile, listen to me. That night I stole into your house. Forgive me, I must tell you this. The Marquis confessed that he'd killed your father, and then he died.
But how?
Dr. Goran. Don't you see, dear, it was the only way I could be near you. The only way I could prove my innocence.
Oh, baby. Oh, it's worth everything to know you're still alive.
It's worth everything I've been through to hear you say that. That might be Mademoiselle Vera Prokov and her particular friend, Monsieur Costo.
Costo?
Come in.
Pardon. There are several gentlemen that insist they must see you, monsieur.
Tell the gentleman I'll be there directly.
This may mean your death.
No, because now I have something in life worth fighting for. Cecile, wait here. Costo, how are you?
I trust you will pardon this very late call, Monsieur le Marquis.
I took the liberty of telling Monsieur Costo you would see him.
A cigar. Gentlemen. Costo.
Oh, thanks. This time you remembered where the cigars were kept, didn't you?
My dear Costo, is it possible that I ever forgot where they were kept? But surely you didn't call at this hour of the night to talk of cigars?
No, no. No, I came to inform you that we have abandoned the search for the body of Cherry Bibi.
Ha! Do you remember? I always doubted that you'd ever find the body.
But you were mistaken. We have discovered the body of Cherry Bibi.
Where? I can't understand how he could have escaped. Must have been a very clever operation.
Precisely what I think, monsieur. A very clever operation. But fencing is all over. Levine, I have here the fingerprints of Cherry Bibi. And I have a fancy to compare yours with his.
And if I should refuse?
Then I shall compel you in the name of the law. Monsieur realizes that the sentence of death still stands against Cherry Bibi.
Death sentence against a dead man? Sounds rather unnecessary.
My dear,
Cecile, this is no place.
my place is with you. What's happening here?
Mr. Costo is merely trying to prove that my fingerprints and those of Cherry Bibi are one and the same.
They are the same.
Why, they can't be. For the Marquis is my husband.
It's no use, Cecile. Costo, I confess the truth to Madame tonight.
Oh, you're not going to take him from me when I've just found him again.
Madame la Marquise, I have no alternative. Now I really wish you were innocent.
Oh, he is innocent. Why don't you tell them? Tell them what you told me tonight.
Perhaps Mademoiselle Vera Prokov has something to say.
I believe, monsieur, the fingerprints have said everything there is to say.
Cecile, there is a time for everything. For truth, for love, and for faith.
You take my faith and my love with you.
And I leave my love and my faith with you. Did I surprise you? You didn't think a squadron of police could hold me, did you?
Why did you come here?
Because this is the last place Costo would look for me in. And because you're going to come through and tell the truth.
Do you think I'm mad?
Listen, if I die, you die too.
You wouldn't.
Oh, wouldn't I? You know I'm innocent, and yet you'd let my head roll under a guillotine for a crime you and the Marquis committed.
That's a lie. I didn't know he was going to fire the shot until I saw him.
You're going to tell that to Costo.
And go to prison myself? No! Help!
I told you you'd tell that to Costo. And you did.
You were right, Bibi. It was worth the chance.
Bibi!
Down.
Bibi!